This 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe Overland is not only the most efficient in Jeep Grand Cherokee's lineup, but it's also the fastest. And today, thanks to Jeep Ram in Punta Gorda, Florida, I'm able to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out, the exterior, interior, play with some of the amazing technology that you can find on this Overland trim. And finally, I'm going to take you on a test drive with me. And if this is the first time that we meet, my name is Matt. Here on Matt the Car Guy, I post 2 car reviews every single week. That's something that interests you. Go ahead, check out the rest of my channel, consider subscribing. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave me a like. Jeep introduced the all-new Grand Cherokee for 2022 model year, and I've already done one which was not the electrified one. It was a limited version. This is a couple steps higher than that, but also a couple steps lower than the top trim. So it's kind of a middle of the road, and I'm excited because today I'm going to check it out with you. It does have some features that were not available on the Limited, other than the engine, of course, but let's take a look at the styling first. I do like the way it looks. I do like how nice and straight this is. So they stayed to the true look of an off-road SUV. And yes, they're all trail rated, so you can take it off-road. It feels just as good on the expressway as it does on off the beaten path. It does have this unmistakable 7-slot vertical grille that you find pretty much on all the Jeeps. Jeep logo. Now on the electrified ones, you have the blue outline on the outside of the Jeep. What you also have that's blue are the recovery hooks. Whether it's a Wrangler or the Grand Cherokee, the electrified ones have the blue ones. Now fully LED light setup, you do have the fog lights, nice trim piece over here, although it's non-functional, it's not open. And then what's open is right here for more air to cool off this electrified engine, which, by the way, we're going to check out right now. Underneath the hood of this 4xe is a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine coupled with this electric motor. The total output of it is 375 horsepower and a massive 470 foot-pounds of torque. Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 4-wheel drive is standard on all 4xEs, and it's actually faster than no longer offered V8 from last year at about 5.3 seconds, 0 to 60. Now it does have hood struts on both sides and a nice noise insulation. If you were wondering about the battery size, the juicing up this electric motor, it's actually 14 kilowatt hours. And here it is on the side. And if you're wondering why it's sitting up so high, that's because this one is equipped with this Quadra Air Lift, which you're able to adjust the height of the ride, and this is at its highest setting, giving you about 11.3 inches of ground clearance. That combined with this Quadra Trail 4-wheel drive system makes it really off-road capable, but also when you're on the road, it lowers down and it drives almost like a sedan. Now, another way to distinguish the 4xe versus the regular Grand Cherokee, of course, is the charging port that's located on the driver's side in front here. And I do like the wheel and tire setup. Now, what we have here is the 20-inch rims. They're kind of dual color. They have this gunpowder metal on the inside with the silver up front, and the tires are 265 by 50. That's what you're getting here. And take a look at this, how luxurious it looks without any of the different color cladding that you see. Now, it works good on some of the vehicles, but on this luxury model, I think that this is the right choice. Everything is in the same color as the rest of the vehicle. Now, of course, you have everything around the windows right at the bottom. It's all blacked out in this shiny black color. Mirrors are also in black. They do have the turn signal indicators, blind spot monitoring in here, and they are heated mirrors as well. And the top of the windows are chrome. Now, you do have standard roof rails. You can add crossbars if you want to make it functional. Let's move to the back. In the back, again, it's a typical SUV, pretty much straight down. I do like this black shark fin antenna. You do have a third brake light right inside this gate spoiler. I wish that this was hidden underneath it. Not a big deal. Again, a Jeep logo with this blue overlay on the outside right here. And then you do have these brand new fully LED lights. It looks really, really good. 4xe on one side. This one is the Overland, so that's what you have. Reflector lights, and look at this, real exhaust. Now, this one doesn't have the tow hitch, but if equipped, this 4xe can tow up to 6,000 pounds. So not bad at all. And of course, it does have the rear view camera as well as the power lift gate. Let's check out how much room we have. I'm locking it, I think. There you go. You just have to press the right button. And as I'm walking up on here, I can right away see that this cargo area is huge. It's about 37.7 inches. That's what happens when you don't have the third row seat. It extends it quite a bit. So if you don't have a big family, you don't have people that you need to haul around, this might be a great choice for you. Now, what else we have here in this cargo area? This is where you close the gate. You do have the power outlet, 12-volt power outlet in here. As you can see, the seats fall down. So if you wanted to extend it to about 70.8 cubic feet of cargo capacity, you can. You do have part of this Macintosh stereo right in the back, the big speaker in here. And underneath the floor, you do have a spare tire. Now look how nicely it fits in here. Also, they have this nice baggie here for your charging cable for the 4xe, so you can plug it in to your household outlet and charge it up, which, by the way, it's very useful because if you do charge it up completely, you'll get about 26 miles of all-electric range. You do have the nice lights that illuminate the space underneath it in case you're opening up at night, and that is pretty much it. Let's close. Well, sitting behind it definitely leaves me some room as far as the knee room and headroom. The seats can be adjusted as far as back and forward on the recliner, so it makes it for a nice and comfortable ride. Now, for the point of reference, I am 6 feet tall, and this driver's seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I don't feel cramped. As a matter of fact, it is a pretty nice interior. Let's check it out. Start with the rear door panel over here. I do like it. I do like how they use the more premium materials. It feels solid, it feels quality. Even the top portion right here, this is nice and cushy. It's not leather, it's the vinyl. But then you have this fake wood trim. It looks really good. It does have the aluminum trim underneath here. This is all leather wrapped and stitched for your comfort here too. You do have lock-on, lock window control, 2 speaker covers for your Macintosh stereo, and then down at the bottom, you do have a little bit more storage. Now, if you jump inside here, you can see that the seats are nicely covered with this Napa leather. And I gotta tell you, this is nice. It's soft. It's fairly comfortable. The front seats are much more comfortable than back. I gotta tell you this. But then you have this armrest with the cup holders. Both seats have some netting in the back for extra storage. You do have your own vents for the back, and you do have your power station, and that includes your USB Type-C, USB Type-A, regular household power outlet, as well as both of the outdoor seats are in the back, are heated as well. Slight bump in the middle, and this is the back. Let's hear how this door sounds when it closes. Pretty solid. So let's take a quick look at here. So the door handles, top of it is chrome. You do have the exposed keyhole, and you know, as I told you before, all of the Jeep logos and all of the badges right here, they have this blue layer underneath here. It does have the American flag proudly displayed. It is made in America and designed here as well. So on the interior, the front door panel, basically the same thing. as on the rear door panel, with the addition of the memory seats and of course your mirror and all of the window controls and window locks. Now you do have storage right here, Jeep logo, and then you can see electronic control on the seats, and you do have the Overland embossed in the front seats. But like I told you, the front seats are much more comfortable than the back, but the interior is definitely premium. Let's check it out. Here's the interior of this 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe Overland, and it definitely is premium. It's a lot more premium than the limited trim that I did in the non-electrified Jeep. So let's check this out. First of all, I do like how they have everything wrapped with this leather looking material. It is all looking premium. You have the same trim as on the doors. Right below here, you do have this aluminum looking trim. This is hard plastic, not a big deal. Not many people touch it. You have this 10.1 inch screen. Nice steering wheel. If you get a close-up of it, again, this is the same trim as on the doors. Aluminum all around here, leather. So definitely qualities of a premium SUV. One thing that's not my favorite, it's all of this piano black. You can see that all over the place right here. So you know it's gonna be a fingerprint, a dust magnet, but when it's clean, it looks awesome. So let's check it out. Let's see what we have. On the steering wheel, there's tons of buttons. Basically the right-hand side, that's your cruise control, dynamic cruise control. That controls that part of it. On the left-hand side, you do have the different menus, different features of the vehicle, and we're going to go through some of them to show you of what it customizes. Then of course the scroll up, down, sideways, and OK button. So let's take a quick look and see what this vehicle displays. So first of all, there's different settings in this instrument cluster. You can see the driver info is number 1. You have the speed displayed, and then you have the battery. It's charged at about 58%. We have 60-mile range, 47 if we used only gasoline, which is nice that it's showing you that. And then here's number 2. It's a vehicle info, which basically gives you the tire pressure, and then gives you the trip meter, gauge summary, oil life, stuff like this. And then number 3, you go to the hybrid info. So all electric range right now, if we were to do that, would be 13 miles. The battery is not fully charged, like I said, 58%. The total range is 47. I mean, the range with the gasoline is 47, total range is 60. So, it gives you that details, which is great. Trip info, then you have the trip A and trip B, and I hit the wrong button, so trip A, trip B. Number 5 is the off-road settings. And you can see that there's a steering angle, and then you can have number 2, that's your pitch and roll, the terrain status, and then you can go through some of those terrain status over here, which is automatic full-time 4-wheel drive, adapts to road conditions. This is where we at right now as far as the mode. You can switch it to sport mode, or you can switch it snow, then sand and mud, and then you have the rock mode over here. So now the vehicle is dancing for me. It's raising up because I switched the mode over here, but that's basically, I wanted to show you of what's available. So off-road Y, 1 ride height achieved. Now we're switching it back to auto. Let's leave it at that. Another number 6 is the audio. So you can have basically your music playing through your radio or through your phone, messages, and settings. So press OK to enter setup, and then here just on this screen you can customize stuff. See, upper right, what's going to be displayed in here. So click OK. You can have the battery charge, total range, electric range, hybrid range, non or compass. Tons of customization in here. Jeep's been really good about doing this, and you can customize left side, right side, current gear, odometer, favorite menus, defaults. I mean, you can spend a half a day just playing with these settings over here. So let's get out of here. Now back to the driver info. There's another button in here, and so those are, I believe, your favorites. So here's your hybrid setup, right? You could have your gauge setup. So that's what's displayed. So these are your different preloaded displays, and you can choose the one that you like it, and basically select whatever fits your preferences better. So you can do that. That's your instrument clusters, whole lot more, but we really don't have time unless you want to watch this video for 2 hours. Now this is your new Uconnect system, and here right on top you have a few buttons. This is to charge that battery charger on, I believe, right? Here's your lane keep assist, traction control, hazard light, and parking sensors off right here. Beautiful screen. I can't tell you how nice and vivid this is. It's not the biggest one, it's 10.1 inch. I know I complain about some screens that's that size, and maybe it should be a little bit bigger, but the quality of the picture is awesome. Right at the bottom, you have some shortcuts: home, media, okay, connect Apple CarPlay device, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all wireless, comfort settings. All right, this opens up. You can control your climate control via here if you like to. Navigation system, okay, opens up. Nice map. I do like the Chrysler's map on it. Phone, connect your phone if you'd like to. There's your vehicle, mirror, dimmer, rear view camera. Great. You don't have to play around with the system. Right here you have the trajectory lines. This one doesn't have the 360 camera. I know it's available on the higher trim levels. Maybe it's even available as an option on here, but this particular one doesn't have it. Let's put it in reverse really quick. So it does have a decent quality camera. It's not the best though. I've seen better, so that might be an area of improvement over here as well. And then you have your apps, which you can connect: off-road pages, Alexa, hybrid electric. Let's take a look at the off-road pages because it usually gives you a lot of information. So you have your steering angle, something that you can see in front in the instrument cluster if you wanted to. Accessory gauges. Here's pretty cool: coolant temperature, oil pressure, trans temperature, battery voltage, pitch and roll, select terrain. Here it is. Also, it tells you the longitude and the longitude. I think that's how you call it, right? So that basically tells you of I guess where you want it to go. Suspension. Right now it tells you of where we at as far as the height wise. I can lower it, and then it tells you of where it lowers. See how it's dancing? This lowers up and down, and then it says that the vehicle is lowering right over here, and when it's done, it's gonna show less bars in here. So all right, so this is pretty cool. Another apps that you want to check it out is the hybrid electric. So power flow, right? See where it's coming from right now. It looks like we are charging the battery. So driving history. This vehicle is brand new. It's got 22 miles on, so not going to have much more in here. Charge schedule. You can charge it up if you are living in the area where the rates are different at night or during the day. You can, set it up for certain times and charge it at not the peak hours. Battery safe, battery charged. Target charge level, you can set it up whichever you want. If you want to do them about 40% plus, 60% plus, 80% plus. Charge settings, right now, in case of issues during charging, select the lower level. Charging at lower level takes a longer time to bring the vehicle to full charge, but sometimes that's what it is. So here, estimated time to charge to 100% charge. A level 1, it says that it's going to take 5 hours and 50 minutes. At level 2, it's gonna take 1 hour and 6 minutes, and that's from 60 to 100%. So it's not the fastest charging vehicle out there, but the plus is you don't have special equipment to plug it into your home receptacle and charge it up. Down below, you have radio controls, power, volume button. By the way, this does have that Macintosh premium stereo, so 19 speakers. Pretty crazy, right? You do have the heated, ventilated seats, fan setting. You do have the heated steering wheel and the different shortcuts down underneath as far as where the vents or where the air is going to be coming out of. Of course, tune, enter, scroll. This is all for your media or for your radio, however you want to choose it. I wish I could present it to you, but due to YouTube and their copyright issues, I can't play the music unless it's their own. So anyways, here's all of the fingerprint factory, but you can actually open this up. How do you do that? Huh? There you go. Push it. It's going to open up. Right over here, you do have USB-Cs, USBs, 12-volt power outlet. Right here, do we have the wireless charging here? I don't see any signs for the wireless charging. Oh yeah, there is. So yeah, wireless charging right on inside, and then you have your different drive modes. This, we went through that before. This is how you change them. Right here, this is the drive mode selector. Right over here is your gear shifter, so we're seeing the park, reverse, neutral, drive. You can hit the four-wheel drive, low, hill descent assist. All right, and then you have your cup holders over here, a little storage and a little bit more storage. That's pretty much the interior of it. One other thing that I didn't show you, that maybe you've seen it, but it does have this nice size panoramic sunroof. That's one-touch operation. See how nice it opens up right over here. Also has the tilt vent down, and you can auto close it if you'd like to. Home link system right over here. Now somebody left me a note. No, but you know, we have the illuminated mirrors on both sides. It's pretty cool. This is the interior of this 23 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe. Let's take it on the road. Well, I'm about to take this vehicle on the road, but before we do that, let's talk a little bit about the pricing, because you know, that's important, obviously. So the 4xe, which is the plug-in hybrid vehicle, starts with the limited version at $61,660, so quite a bit more than the non-electrified version of the limited. As a matter of fact, the non-electrified one is $49,650. So this one is what do you have, $12,000 more. Now it does come standard with the all-wheel drive system. It's a lot faster, it's a lot more gas efficient, so maybe that's something that's worth. Now the next trim up is the Trailhawk 4xe. That's the more trail oriented, with actually the red recovery hooks on it. Looks pretty cool, a few decals. Overland is the one that I'm sitting in right now, $69,675. Summit 4xe, $74,390, and the Summit Reserve at $78,870. So this is really not a cheap vehicle, but you do get quite a bit for $70,000. Now the range is 26. Now there's some plug-in hybrid vehicles, if you're looking in the luxury market. Well, the new GLE just got announced from the Mercedes-Benz. They don't know the pricing yet, but they're saying that it's going to get 40 miles all-electric range. The Volvo's got about 35 miles all-electric range. The new Range Rover is going to have about 50 miles, they're saying. The Range Rover Sport, 50 miles, but then we're talking over $100,000. So yeah, the plug-in hybrids are going to be more expensive. They're definitely not shy about asking for the money, and yeah, you're paying a little bit more for the Jeep brand, and a lot of people like Jeeps. So, you know, let's do a quick off-the-line acceleration test right here in this parking lot. Then I'm going to take it on the road, see if traffic permits to do a little bit more, you know, elaborate one. We'll get to 60. Let's see what we can do here. Let's put it in sport mode. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Woo. 42. And that was effortless. It was really quiet too. Couldn't feel or couldn't hear the engine. Just a little bit strange. Well, let's do a donut here, and let's see how tight the turning radius is. Gonna make it to the left. Let's see. Pretty cool, actually. Not bad at all. Again, this acceleration, wow. I remember liking it on the Jeep Wrangler, but I really love it on the Grand Cherokee. Now with the adaptive suspension, a little bit more aerodynamic, I don't think there's a lot of people wondering why I like it better on the more luxurious vehicle. Now I have this suspension set for the lowest setting right now. Feels pretty nice. It feels comfortable. Do we have too much of the body roll? Just a little bit, not bad. Do a little bit of a half throttle here, just merging in traffic. Not bad at all. Now the vehicle is easy to drive, easy to get used to. Definitely a few things worth mentioning. I like how this vehicle drives. I like how the steering feels. It's not awfully light, so it does require some driver's input in order to steer it, but of course it is power steering. The steering wheel itself, it's nice to the touch, fits in my hand perfectly. You do sit up higher, which you do have this nice view on the road through this large windshield. Mirrors are the right size. The only thing that I would say that any vehicle, SUV especially, would benefit from having that second camera that projects the image into the mirror. I think that would be a great improvement on this. Technology is there, and it's really easy to get used to vehicle, even though, like I said, this is probably one of the very few vehicles that can feel really good on the expressway and really good in the terrain as well, because it does have a real off-road capabilities, unlike many of its competitors. So definitely something to pay attention to. I can see an opening in traffic here, so hopefully we'll be able to do a 0 to 60 before I take it back to a dealership. It's wide open. 0 to 60, here we come. Let's go. 30, 40, 50, 60. Woohoo! It's easy to put a smile on somebody's face, especially when you don't really expect that. Now, this is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine coupled with this electric motor, and it gives you that kind of performance. Now, couple things, of course. I wouldn't be myself if I didn't find something that maybe could use improvement, right? First of all, the range. If Jeep can make this to about 40 miles all-electric range, reduce the charging time on this vehicle, and somehow make it a little bit more affordable, I think this would really be a winner. But you know what? Maybe there's going to be some incentives coming up. Maybe there's going to be a little bit more of tax breaks. I don't know if they're still available or not. You have to check with your local dealership. You know, it is a solid vehicle. Is it cheap? No. But is it cool? Hell yeah. I like it. I'll give it a thumbs up, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning into this channel and giving me that extra view. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that little subscribe button at the bottom. If you like it, give me a like, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.